Welcome back to episode 2. We're going to do some quests here in Pre and get out of Pre. So this is our first monk quest. I like to do one of each profession so you can see them out. Unfortunately, you have to take the monk skills. If you say keep elemental skills, I don't think it lets you do the quest. So you have to take the monk skills. In other campaigns, it does not require that. So if you do factions, and I think Nightfall, but factions I know for sure, you can keep whatever spells you want doing whatever quest you want. So, oh, thank you. So for this quest, we have to keep him alive as he goes and picks up some holy relics. So we're just going to chase him around, basically. Oh, so you get this nice compass, and with toolbox is what blackens. So the black areas is where I'm actually allowed to walk, which is why I like toolbox so much. But without toolbox, it just looks like that, which is fine. You can still kind of see where you need to walk. It's really helpful for like vanquishes and cartography and stuff to have it. But when you're doing a mission and you want to see where you need to go, where you've already been, you can press U and it gives you a mission map, and you can use it anywhere, outside of a mission, inside of a mission, during a quest, just anywhere you want. And you can zoom in and zoom out, so I can zoom in and see where I'm at, but I can also see where I've been. So if I'm lost and don't know how to get out, I can use it to figure out how to get out. So I usually keep that open at all times. There's another quest that we should have gotten that we could have done at the same time as this. But so the cool thing about this is with the imp, as long as you don't stop and fight constantly, you don't actually have to heal. You just have to get to the end of here. You won't die. The poison will go away and you need to heal him because he's going to run slower after this. So if you're a monk or a ritualist or anybody that can heal, you can cast spells on other characters. So you want to heal him up before the trek back. You're going to run faster than him. The thing that they did wrong with prophecies is holding things makes you run slower. They fixed that in every other campaign. They just never changed the coding for this, I guess. So we're going to catch up to him in just a second. We're going to run much faster than him. So, but I do not believe he'll need healed. I'm almost 100% sure if we did not heal him, he would stay alive all the way back to the stairs. And if you start out as a monk, you get a healing breeze, which gives healing per second over like 7 seconds or something like that. So it's a lot easier to keep him alive. You can just cast that on him and he basically just stays alive. You see, he made it to the stairs. And you still got to get a bit of HP. And you regenerate HP once you're not in combat. So he'll heal himself. So you don't actually need to heal him. You just need to make sure you can kill the stuff that gets in the way before he dies. And the imp is your best friend, because it's just a little bit overpowered. And I leveled up. So we're just going to keep pounding out domination magic till we can't. And then we're going to do fast casting. If you wanted to do inspiration magic, just for a couple points, it'll help like with your self-healing and self-energy regeneration later on. No, it's not. And you don't actually have to go inside town. You'll see that the quest will update, and now it's available to be turned in. So you can just leave him to his bidding and go do some other stuff. This is your first Necromancer trainer. She has a Rites of Remembrance we actually could have done in tandem with the quest we just did. We can just run back and do it. And then you have to follow her for Necromancer Novice. And you want Bone Horror. These other two don't actually matter. But you need Bone Horror to get through the traps that are in this quest. And unlike Paulus Abbott, you'll die before she does. So. And you can have multiple weapon slots. So if you look in the bottom right corner, I've got one weapon, but you can have up to 4. And you can cycle through them with the F keys. Very helpful for later on. You can have like a defensive set for if you're just standing around, things like that. Oops, wrong spell. And you can get drunk. You can turn the drunk effects off. I have not turned them off, so if I drink a couple more, it will have me drunk. I think you need 3 to get drunk the first time. So if I find some more ales, we'll get drunk and have a good time with everybody. But I usually have that turned off because there's some skills that if you're drunk, they have a bonus effect, and you want the bonus effect, but you don't want to have your vision blurry and your character sitting down in the middle of battle. So you can turn off the drunk effects. Alright. So now we're going to go down here. We have to kill some abomination that's down here in the catacombs. I don't think she made it. Destroy the nightmare. Oh, yeah. So one of her students made a necromancer, made a creature, and this is you have to go slay that creature for her. So there was a little animation up there where a carrion walked into the flame geyser and blew it up. It insta kills you. So that's how you get through. So if I touch that, I would die. But if I summon a Bone Horror, it will try to come to me and kill itself. And that's how you get through here. So obviously you don't need the Bone Horror. You can just run into it and die, resurrect and come back. But who wants to do that when you can just summon an undead little beastie and have it do it for you? These things are weak to fire, I think. I don't think they're weak to cold. I think they're weak to fire. Oh no, they're weak to cold. So Deathly Swarm is your friend. Actually, no. I can't confirm because you get to see your imp's damage also. I think it's weak to fire because it took double damage from my imp. It did not take quadruple damage from me, I promise. So it probably took double damage from my imp's fireball. So the imp basically 2-shots it for you. Imp is your best friend. It's your best friend until he's level 20. Once you're level 20, you're not allowed to use it anymore. You have to get other summoning stones, and they all have like finite uses. There is a quest in June, I think, called the Wayfarer's Reverie, where you can get an unlimited summoning stone. It just uses your skill points, and we will be getting that. I have it on my other account, and we might be using it, but we do not want to become a necromancer. Make sure you don't screw that up, like I just almost did. We are actually going to be a ranger for 2 reasons. Ranger has a good spell to shorten recharge, spell recharge times, which we like, and it gives me a pet, which I like. So after a while, we'll stop using the pet because the Mesmer skills are just better. Honestly, when you're playing a Mesmer, the best thing to do is just play Mesmer for all 8 skills. A couple of skills can be like the PvE only skills that Eye of the North brings in. And if you notice, you can just run back with these red dots here. So I'm following the red dots. I'm going back to these braziers where I went with Paulus Abbott. So right here. This is where we went for the Mutt quest. But there's these braziers, and Necromancer Mean wanted us to light them. So we're just going to go and light them. And now she's still back over here, So we don't want to run all the way back there. So what we're going to do is we're going to map travel back to town, turn in our Monk quest, and turn in our Necromancer, or turn in that quest at the same time. And spacebar is like your action button. So you can like, if I click on him and didn't want to move, I could hit spacebar and move to him. It's like my best friend. So go back to Ashford Abbey. I'm going to talk to Brother Menlo. Accept, but do not become a monk. And then we can go back out here, talk to Necromancer Immune. Now we're going to go outside to a little Ascalon settlement, an Ashford settlement. There's a couple quests for us to do out there, and then we need to run to another outpost. So we're going to get all the outposts in pre, just so we can kind of show them all off. I might not do every quest in pre, just because some of them are kind of tedious, but we might, just for fun. There's not a lot. There's only enough to get you like level 6 or 7. Kind of get you used to the game, understand how it plays, and then you get to move on to the rest of the game. So all of my quests right now... Oh, I got that one already. Okay. So we're actually going to go ahead and go to Ascalon here. Now if you read these quests, they tell you what to do. So what we're doing right now is we're going to do Tithe for Ashford Abbey and Opposition to the King. And at the same time, there's a warrior trainer. So we're going to do a warrior quest, and we'll knock those 3 out right in a row. And then there's an outpost in that area where we give Little Tom his new cloak, if you remember Little Tom from the last episode. So I'm just going to knock that out real quick. And even if you decide you don't want to be a Mesmer and you don't want to do the other profession quests, but you want to do all the pre-quests, do the Mesmer quest where you kill that bull, because it is a trigger for another quest here in pre. So it's just a couple hundred XP if you don't want to do it, but you do it doing another quest. So it's like you might as well just do it. There is a north. You can fight our big enemy, is the Char. And there's really no Char in pre. They're all on the other side of this wall. They haven't attacked yet. So you can get you a partner. There's a lever up top that opens this door. And there's a quest. I'll go back there. I'll do this quest. And we can show off. Some people stay in pre forever. They get to level 20 and just hang out here forever. And they farm Char. After you hit level 10, some quests open up for you that change every day to give you 1,000 experience, and they give you enemies that are closer to your level, depending on your level. So like once you hit level 10, I think they're 12. Once you hit level 14, I think they become level... Or when you're 10, they're level 8. When you're level 14 or 15, they're level like 12. And then once you hit level 16 or 17, they become level 15. So that way there's always something close to your level. So we'll talk to him, get his warrior quest, take the warrior skills. We don't need them. Talk to her for opposition to the king. Talk to him. He's got the tithe for me. He's got opposition. And then if you were a monk, he's your second trainer. This is also... opposition to the king. And if you were a necromancer, she's your second necromancer. So for this quest, there's some Grawl that are more annoying than... There's a lot of Grawl here. So I don't know why these Grawl are particularly offensive. Your imp is going to attack everything that you get near. So you're going to have to fight these guys. They're level 1, so you ordinarily would not have had to fight them. Kind of just let the imp do most of my work for me. Alright. There's a Grawl invader here. Get its ass whooped. Getting closer to the edge of the table. I believe there's 3 of them. So there's 2 here. There's 1 over there. Alright, that's all for that. So we'll turn in that one to get a little bit of experience, and then we'll run off to the outpost here. If you chose warrior as your secondary profession, the warrior actually has 3 skill trainers, and 2 of them are in this next outpost. But we can turn in 1 quest here and get another quest. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And while we're here, just enjoy how pretty Pre looks. Other than this little sky over here. The sky doesn't look too good, I guess. When you have favor, our altars catch fire like that. So every now and then our server gets the favor of the gods, and it turns our altars into fire and stuff. But we don't always have favor. If we do have favor, it's a good time to farm because you get a boost on getting golds and stuff. Alright, so we're going to go this way. There's a couple ways to get here. You can go through the catacombs, which is where we just were. There's a lot of gargoyles and stuff to fight there too. There's also, I didn't show, but there's NPCs that are collectors, and you can pick up items like Grawl necklaces and gargoyle skulls and things like that, spider legs, and they you can get upgraded armor in Pre. It's not very upgraded. You get like a +2 armor bonus, but it's the only armor upgrade available in pre. You can buy armor as soon as you go through go to the rest of the campaign. But if you want to like stay in pre forever, that's how you would upgrade your armor. So some of these guys are level 3, like this guy's level 3. So as soon as he sees me, he aggroes to me. So on Toolbox, it's hard to see because there's 3 rings. But the red ring is, here, I'll show you. So this UI gives 2 rings, but just regular old Guild Wars only has 1. And that's your aggro bubble. So if you keep red guys out of this bubble, they won't aggro to you. This bubble shows you if you cast a spirit, you can get like a big range of effect bonus or whatever from the spirit. That shows you how far that range goes. The toolbox shows like shouts and chants also. Wait, sorry, I was trying to reactivate it. I went like the most annoying way. See how I almost ran into all those red dots. Let me come over here real quick. Do something. So we're trying to go like this way. We don't want to fight anything. The Imp's going to aggro everything, so it's kind of annoying. So we just have to kill these little level 1s. So once you see these green dots, you've made it. This is another little settlement out here. It's actually the noble Duke Baradin's estate. It's the Baradin estate. So it's like, you know, a noble. This is a noble's like property. So here's little Tom. He wants his cloak, so we'll give him his cloak. And then here's Duke. He is a warrior trainer. He has another quest we can get, but it's just not available yet. We have to do a couple Devona. So Devona is like the primary quest in Pre. Everything she does is like fighting the Grawl and learning about Char. It doesn't show up as a primary quest because there really are no primary quests besides get a second profession and then go through the series. But so we're gonna do her next. As you can see, my little inventory is full, so we're gonna sell all of our stuff. You can salvage things. I don't recommend doing that till later. You need gold before you need materials, and you can buy materials. So buying armor, the most expensive part is the runes and the materials. And once you get some good gold stored up, you can start salvaging a lot of stuff. It's also good to identify unidentified things, because they could have a mod that says improve sale value, and then it'll sell for a lot more than what it normally would. So these, I don't have one obviously, so we're just gonna hold off on those. And then anything that's starter, you can't sell. So like the starter sword, you have to just destroy it. I've got a 4-leaf clover. It doesn't really do anything. Once you get to the rest of the game, when you die, you get a penalty to your health and mana for dying. Like they penalize, you suck, so then they make it harder for you to go forward. So that helps you remove the death penalty. So now we're gonna go to Astrodamia actually. So to finish, so that one's done. So he didn't give us a reward. So we're gonna go back. So I talked to him and gave him his cloak, but he didn't give us our reward. So you have to pay attention to that. So I think my inventory was full, and that's why. So now we have opposition to the king. We have to talk to Devona for that. The tithe, we have to deliver that to Devona also. So we're going to go to Devona next, and then we can do Poor Tenant at Devona, and we can start Poison Devourer. Right, it's very near her, and Worm Problem. Before we do those, we're going to do another profession, and have we done them all? Monk, Warrior, Elementalist, Necromancer, Ranger. Yeah. So Ranger's last. That's the one we're going to do. So I wanted to do it last so I could keep the skills. So we're going to go to Ashford, and we're going to go become a Ranger and do some quests. I like to keep my inventory open. So later on I'll have consumables in here, so I like to have it open so I can see what I'm doing. That's why I do the collapsed view. I don't have a bag or anything to show you yet. There's another quest called Bandit Raid. It's right here, so we can knock that out really fast if we want to. You want your imp. The Mesmer is really strong later, but it's almost a support class in pre when you're a low level. At least I feel like it is. So there's a lot of bandits here. You can get overwhelmed pretty quickly. So I like to have my imp. Alright, so we leveled up. We got some worn belts. There's a collector that'll give you a belt. You can't get a bag in pre. You have to farm it from the char later. But you can go ahead, you can get a belt though. So we'll get a belt here in a second. I think you need 3 belts, maybe 5 belts. So these fire starters, they're only level 1, but they will end your entire, they'll just ruin your whole day. So you want to take care of them first. And watch how close they're getting to me. They can't see me yet, so we're doing okay. These guys are all raiders, so they're not that bad. He's a problem, so let's go ahead and kill him because we don't want him to cause any issues. And this is all stuff we can sell. So always get your loot. The bandit raiders shouldn't be a problem. Slow one down, that way we can get them all together. So this should only come 2 at a time. Okay, I wasn't sure. So that's good. So do that, and then that's not what I wanted to do. There's another belt. Empathy. Kind of unnecessary at this point. Alright, we're going to let our energy regenerate real fast before we get into our next fight. That's something you got to watch too. You use energy pretty quickly. So you want to just make sure you don't go from fight to fight to fight without making sure you have mana. Shouldn't have casted that as far away as I did, but I got his attention with it. And then empathy makes them do damage when they hit you, so you want most of its cast time to be like, you know, while you're here getting hit on. Did I get 5? I got 5 belts. So look at that. Perfect. And the collector for that is right here in this little settlement, and that's also where we're going with this strongbox. Right to Devona. So we actually just killed another bird with the same stone. So we'll run over here. Notice how slow I am. I'm so slow my imp stops walking. He comes up to me and then he stops. We're very slow. These red iris flowers are used to... You trade 50 of them for a headpiece, which your headpiece here does nothing but armor. But the upgraded headpiece has +2 armor and +1 to any attribute. So you have to put a rune in it and it'll copy the +1 from the rune. But once you get through the searing, you buy masks or helms for your characters, headpieces, that'll give +1 to a certain attribute. And then you can use runes to then further the addition to skills. So we're going to do all these. So we got Tithe, Opposition, Bandit Raid. We'll do her next one in just a second. Actually, we can do it right now. So she can start running and meet us over there. So she's going to race off to fight some Grawl. We're going to meet her over there. We're going to go a roundabout kind of a way. He wants us to... There's some bees attracted to this honey. He wants us to move the bees. So we're going to take him. The path he wants you to take is to go this way around the bridge and stop it right here. But the bees glitch really bad going that way. This is for another quest. We'll go ahead and grab that. The bees don't clip on anything going this way. So you just bring them this way. Devona is basically unkillable, so she's fine. She'll survive. So you want to go until it updates. So it updated. So now you can drop it, and you can go get that experience if you want. We'll get it later because we're coming back. The imp's going to attack these guys, so you have to just deal with your imp. So you take care of the shaman first. The shamans are healers, and they'll heal each other. So you want to just kill them as fast as you can. See how fast it healed. Alright, so then we're going to get that other Grawl shaman. We're going to get out of dodge. So you can actually dodge when they're shooting at you by going side to side, but you have to time it well. And pay attention to when they're shooting. So we're going to do that. We're going to cast Backfire so he kills himself. Devona just takes care of it for you. So this is a spirit I was talking about. So this spirit has a range. And when I get on it, I can show you. So this is the range that it has. Alright, so talk to her, get her experience, and then we're going to go this way to go become a ranger. This is going to be the Regent Valley. I believe this is the, for lack of a better word, hardest area. Foible's Fair might be the hardest area because of the black bears. But there's level 2 and 3 bandits all around here. And level 2 brood callers. So, and it's like the biggest, and you can farm bandits. You can dye your armor in this game, and some dyes sell well to other players, specifically black dye, because you can't buy it from a trader. bandits have the smallest drop table in pre. So if you wanted to try to farm die, that bandit quest that I did, if you just repeat that and don't turn it in, then you can come here and you can go like fight bandits here, and you can use that to level up to like level 5 or 6 pretty easily. I got all the way to like level 6 I think doing that. And you can find like white dyes and black dyes or sell. There's no dye trader in pre, so all dyes sell, but black is the rarest. Black is kind of like the currency in pre, gold and black dye. So if you wanted to try to farm up some dye, the best way, because of the drop table, would be the bandits. But the best thing to farm in pre is char, because you can get runes from char. It's the only one you can get runes from. Oh, I needed charm animal, and I freaking equipped it later. So you can't change your skills out of town. You can move them, but you can't change them. I'm going to see if he'll give me a chance to change my skills. If not, I'll have to go back to town like an idiot. I can't believe I did this. I was too busy running my mouth. I don't think he'll give me a chance to change my skills, but I'm going to ask him anyway. Well, he's fighting now, so he definitely won't do anything. There we go again. Haha, he did. Haha. So you want comfort animal? So charm animal allows you to get the animal. And you have to have an animal skill on your bar to have your pet with you. But charm animal is useless, and comfort animal heals and revives your pet if it dies. So once you get the pet, you then switch to comfort animal. And the prestige pet in pre-searing is the bear. It has a skill that interrupts your charm, so you have to get somebody to help you, and you can get a bear. It's the worst as far as like DPS and stuff. It's actually the worst pet, but it's the hardest one to get, so it's the one everybody wants. We're not going to get it, but I can do a video tutorial on how to get that. The cats are actually the best pet, and it's the one you're supposed to get. It's for the quest. So as soon as you charm it, it aggroes you to you. It won't kill you. You just gotta tough it out, make it like you. And there you are. You now have a pet. Ranger is one of the few professions that has 3 skill trainers. So we're gonna do the other skill trainer, and then we will go to, there's an outpost here. We'll go grab that outpost. So we're going to go back, turn this in, become a ranger. Then we'll get access to the other ranger trainers. And then the 3rd ranger trainer is like way out in the middle of nowhere, so you have to try to look for him. The 3rd warrior trainer is really easy to get. It's in that outpost, right? So it's not hard. But the 3rd ranger trainer, if you don't look for it, you won't even know he's there. I'm ready to become a ranger. It means I'm now permanently and I don't know if Guild Wars did it or if Toolbox did it, but it swapped comfort animal for me. I don't think Guild Wars did that. Toolbox is a very useful tool for Guild Wars, and it is legal. It's not a bannable program to use. Or I mean, I'm sure they could decide it is, but you won't get banned for using it. Go down this way, and you can see I just backtracked a little bit. Now I'm going to go across this bridge, and the outpost we're looking for is like right here, so we're just going to follow the road around. The pet doesn't aggro anything that you don't aggro, so it'll just hang out. So you want to keep the imp. If you don't want to fight things, like I didn't want to fight those carrions, so I didn't bring my imp. I'm going to cast it up here though, because there's some level 2s and 3s that will fight you. And over here there's a lot of bandits. So this is, when I farm bandits, I would go do those bandits right outside Ashford Abbey, and then I would just run to Regent Valley and kill them all the way to this outpost that we're going to, and then I would go inside the outpost and then just do it again backwards, back to those bandits, and I would just do that over and over again. It's a good way to get good at using the little pre-skills because you don't get very good ones. This is our second ranger trainer right here. He wants us to kill some worms quickly. So we don't have a bow and arrow and we don't care. So we're just going to summon our imp and he can do some work. They don't stay up long enough for you to like do damage to over time. Alright, so keep killing the worms. You get a lot of time. I don't know why they're being so docile. Alright, we got. We'll grab our loot to sell. I forgot to get my belt, so I'll remember to grab my belt on the way back. Talk to him to get our experience. Then we're going to head on out to Region Valley. So the normal path would be like take the long road around like this, but you can just go this way. Fight these little bandits. Yeah, there's level 3 bandits here. I couldn't remember if they were 2 or 3. I like having the pet because I like having a minion, and it seems like having a minion. So that's not what I wanted to cast. So we just took a little shortcut instead of going a long way around. I'm out of space in my inventory, so we're just going to have to move on with our lives here. So these are all bandits, and these are bandits. Oh no, there's a scale. These are bandits, and these are bandits, and if you go a different path, there's a shit ton of bandits. So I really want to fight everything on the way, so we're just going to try not to aggro everything. But the imp does make that a little hard. You can also get a belt pouch with scale fins, and there's scale you can farm right outside Ascalon City. So that's another way to get a belt pouch, and I think it only needs 3. It might still be 5, but can't get this. There's a merchant right here in case you find yourself in need of getting rid of your loot. I leveled up, so we're going to let our pet take care of them. We're going to pop in some domination magic. So we do just a little bit more. Unfortunately, Conjure Phantasm is illusion, so I should actually be leveling up illusion and not domination for like the moment. But it makes Shattered Illusions do more damage. I do 35 to all adjacent monsters, so like it's just far. And if you farm these bandits, you get so many worn belts, you can like give them away or sell them, I guess. Give them away to new players. So now I've got some stuff. Let's see. That's already identified, so we're going to get rid of these. I've got 100 gold now. That's what you need to get an identify kit, so we can start identifying stuff now. So we'll buy one of those. Then identify. So highly salvageable is good for later, but not good for right now because I wanted it to have improved sale value. So it's actually shit that I'm getting highly salvageable. So they're not going to sell for much more, honestly. But you had the chance. So it would have gone from 3 to like 40. So it's worth using the identifies, even if is, you know, not guaranteed that you're going to make any profit from doing so. It's the empathy to do 25 damage to us and deal 6 less damage. So he's not even hurting my pet anymore. He's just killing himself. So, handy skills to have. I guess I was wrong about the location. It's over here. So you can open up the big map. We're going here. All of this is explorable. You can explore this entire map. So there's a lot of stuff to do, a lot of monsters to kill. Not a lot of quests. We will have every quest done and not have the whole map uncovered. So uncovering the map is just kind of like your own prerogative, if that's something that you want to do. Okay, so I'm surrounded, and we don't want to be surrounded. So we're going to back up, and we're going to hide behind a wall. We can still attack them from behind the wall, but they can't attack us anymore. So they're getting me, though. So we have to hide a little bit better. We can also heal. So when you're not super strong, terrain is your friend. You want to hide behind things and lure guys together so you can do adjacent damage. Because if they're far apart, they're not adjacent, right? But if you back up, they'll all path together, and then now they're adjacent, and you can ball them up. Useful for a lot of characters. There's a dervish who does great AoE damage, probably the best in the game as far as melee characters go. And you want to use those techniques to kind of ball them up when you're like solo farming. So I can see the road here. There's no road here. So this toolbox, and getting toolbox doesn't do this. This is a setting in the map, so I can turn that. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. So right here you can kind of see the road. So this is the road that I'm following. This UI kind of makes it look a little bit nicer, but this is the road I'm following. If you want to use toolbox and don't want that map, which I don't see why you wouldn't, because that map is awesome, but you can turn that off in the settings. So you go to your settings, go to map, and then turn it off. And then you can use Toolbox for all of its greatness and not have the great map. But the great map is half the reason why I like Toolbox. So I'm gonna do that. There's a quest here. I hate this quest because you get attacked by spiders, and it's really annoying. But we'll do it real quick. Let me grab this outpost real fast. Alright. So over here, we're gonna sell some stuff. So here's a collector that would give you armor. So she wants spider legs, and she'll give you armor. And you notice it's got 7 armor, and mine has 5. That's the only upgrade you get. But it's the only upgrade you get in pre. So like it's worth it if you're staying here. But we're going to be going to the rest of the game, so it's not worth farming up. Alright. Lord Darren, you need to talk to him for a quest later on. We're going to go ahead and do this quest, and then we'll go do some other quests. That's all we have left now is just doing quests. So, showing off some of pre, doing some quests. So in this quest, she lost some apples down the road. I think she got attacked or something. Was picking apples, and she was attacked by spiders. So we're going to go get her apples for her. So fortunately, spiders take extra damage from fire, I'm fairly certain. So the imp will be monumental in making this not as big of a pain in the ass as it is. There's always an arrow telling you where to go. And once you get close enough, it gives you a little cloud. So if you don't know where to go for these missions, you don't know how I'm figuring out where to go, there's an arrow on my map. And that's not Toolbox, that is Guild Wars gives you the arrows for your quests. So you can get lost in missions if you don't know how to read the little mini map here. You can figure out you can get lost, and because there's no arrow for the missions, but they're pretty like there's only a couple ways to go. So a lot of them only have one way to go, but there's sometimes it's possible to get lost in the missions. But there is a resource that I'll have pinned, the Guild Wars wiki. When I do missions, I'll have the specific mission map for that mission, telling you how to do it, which way to go, and things like that. It even gives you a brief walkthrough of the mission. So if you just want to look that up and have something to read and not listen to me talk, I will do a walkthrough for every mission. But I'll have the resource posted so you can do it without having to listen to me. The Guild Wars wiki is fantastic. There's a Guild Wars wiki that gives like maps and explanations of stuff, and definitions and pictures. And then there's a PVX wiki, which helps you with build guides and character guides, hero build guides, how to make a team, how to do PvP, solo farming, speed clearing, just normal everyday PvE general builds and skills. And it's a phenomenal resource. I'll have that pinned in the description. So notice how slow I run. That's the worst part of Prophecies, because there's lots of carry quests and missions throughout this campaign, and every single one of them slows you down. But they fixed it. They realized that it sucked, and they fixed it for the rest of the campaigns. So you just gotta suffer a little bit here. Your pet levels up with you, so mine just hit level 6. It actually leveled up before me. So since I'm a caster, I can hold the basket and fight. If you were a melee character, you'd have to drop this basket every time you start fighting, which is what makes this annoying, because my main is like a warrior. My first GWAMM was a warrior. So it does make these quests a little annoying. I think a few more spiders are going to come out, but I'm just going to run straight to Mary Malone. Easy peasy. Alright, so now we're going to go back to go to Ashford Abbey. Alright, so now we're going to do this says we're done, and we can go turn it in, and then it will have you talk to another NPC, and that will kick you out of tutorial area. So I just wait that for last. We can go talk to him in town. We're going to go do this first. So we're going to go do Poison Devour and Worm Problem before we go back to a town. And we're going to grab a couple things. So these bandits will always, a couple bandits will always spawn there, but you won't always get like the thickness that you do when you have that quest. And there's an item over here that I should have got earlier for another quest. So we're going to go ahead and get it now. Did I make an imp? I did. What's he doing? Fighting a fucking worm? Yeah. Always. Alright, so we don't need to fight all of them. We just need to get up through here. So, you can do some fancy aggro dodging. Oops. Let's do that. And I can get my belt while we're over here too. So this beautiful pearl is part of a quest where you need 3 beautiful items as a gift. Oops. This beautiful pendant is another one that we want. And there's going to be a beautiful feather over here on the ground. We'll grab it, and it's on the way to where we're going next. So it's convenient. We don't want to fight them. And this is a WASD game, so you move like backwards, sideways. You can turn. And Q and E is like a side shimmy. So that's what I'm doing all the time. When you hear me clacking on my keyboard, I'm just like shimmying really fast. See that beautiful feather? We're going to go grab that. And in most situations, if you see something and you click on it, the game will auto path you to it. And it's phenomenal. And I wish other games, World of Warcraft, did that, but it doesn't. I think it's great. I can just click on something and my guy runs to it. I don't have to path the whole way there myself. Maybe I'm lazy. I'm okay with it. Sometimes there's like a NPC that's just in the right way and the computer doesn't path around it properly. That usually happens in towns. So now I have all my pretty things. So we're going to talk to him to turn in our B quest. Then we're going to go do the Poison Devourer. So see on my mini map here, you see this little cloud? That's telling me where I need to go for my quest. I can't see it on my compass yet, so my compass just has an arrow. Obviously I can't go through a wall, so I'm going to go around it. The imp is going to fight that scale. It's going to be very annoying for all of us. But I should kill it quick. It's on level 1. I'm going to keep an eye on him because we want him to help. You can summon him every 10 minutes, but if he's alive, you can't summon him again. So you can't like summon over it. It either has to die It has to die and it has to be 10 minutes. Both situations have to be met. This is another armor collector. Not all armor collectors are the same for every character. So this is an armor collector for another character, but not for this one. So I can't get any armor here. So we're going to have to fight these Devourers just because the Imp will. But he'll do most of the damage, so we don't need to like really help him. Nope, we're going to talk to Duke GWAMM. And we're going to protect this Dingleberry while he gets some Devourer eggs. So we're going to go in here and we're just going to murder all of these families and get their eggs. Because that's what humans do. Gotta let him see it, and then he'll tell you, oh look, there's an egg. Let him get the eggs. And then we abandoned him. These hidden stashes are good ways to get blue items. So there's 3 tiers of like rarity for magically imbued items. Blue, purple, and gold. So blue is obviously like the common kind of magic, might have a thing on it. That's what we've been identifying. Purple has a chance to have 2 modifiers on it, which is awesome. And then gold can have 3. So it's the best, obviously. But you don't get golds for a while. You don't unlock gold items for several levels. I think you're like level 12 or 13 before gold items become really available. Right, he's getting his egg. We're going to come up here. There's a Plague Devourer. That's for the Poison Devourer quest. Gives you a Poison Stinger. So we need that. So we're going to ditch something that's not worth any money. Like that. Get the Poison Stinger. We want the blue item. So if you have a white item that's not worth anything, it's always good to dump it for a blue item that is worth something. Alright, so that's it. So then we go back and talk to the Duke, and he will give us a merchant. He's going to give us an egg, but I can't hold the egg because I have too much. I didn't get my belt. So we're going to ditch those. Talk to Duke. He'll give us some poisoner eggs. He should give us 2. Gives us 2 Devour eggs, and that's all we needed to do there. So we're going to go back to Ascalon City and turn in a couple quests while we sell all of our loot. So one thing Toolbox gives you, so you have to manually identify like each item. Shit, I keep identifying stuff that's already identified. But if you right click it, Toolbox allows this. You can identify all your items. Makes it a little bit easier for you to go through your stuff. So we're going to keep the worn belt and the scale fin because we can get belts with those. One belt. Wait, let's turn in this quest first. And if you drink alcohol, you get drunk. I don't know why I'm not getting drunk. I shouldn't have that. There we go. So I should be. I think the haziness is the drunk. I'm not really sure. It should turn like green, and I should say funny things. But post processing, oh, it turned it off. Oh, that must be part of the UI. Okay, well, whatever. That's supposed to go somewhere else. Okay. What's that? What quest are we on? Armin Saberlin? We don't want that. So, Adventure with an Ally is that one where you get the resurrection signet. You can ask anyone in town to help you get that, or you can just buy it after you go through the searing. So we're just gonna buy it later. I'm not gonna like worry too much about it right now. There's a collector right here. He wants scale, and he gives you a belt for it. He'll also give you a devour rig, so you don't have to do that quest. So belt pouch, we'll get that. Double click it, or you can drag and drop it. There's one belt pouch area, and that makes your bag bigger. Now, I showed you guys how to collapse your bags. If you didn't want to do that, it would have it like this. So my backpack is here, my belt pouch is here. You can close that and open it up in your inventory like this. So here's my backpack, here's my belt, and there's your other two that you don't have yet. So you can cycle through like that. I prefer to have just a little box that has all of my spots in it. So I think it's a better way to view the game. So I got a belt now. You get 5 more areas, 5 more spaces. We're gonna grab a couple quests real fast right here. So there should have been a scene of old Mac. We missed it. I wonder if he'll do it again. There should be a scene. Here's old Mac. He's upset. So we're gonna follow him and find out why he's upset. So let me go up here to Lady Althea. And he's going to yell at him for having his bull killed, and she will say, I don't know what bull you're talking about. He killed Bill. Bill the bull. So they're arguing. He's upset. Then he has a quest for you now. He goes, well, you killed my bull. Go get me a Devourer egg. Well, guess what? I have a Devourer egg. So there you go. Quest complete. Now these two are going to talk. This is Prince Rurik and his captain. And he's talking about his girlfriend. Talking about Lady Althea up there. That's his girlfriend. He wants to get her a birthday present. So we have to let them talk. And then we'll get access to another quest to find him some beautiful stuff to give her for a birthday present. Oh, it's not his girlfriend. It's his fiancée. Alright, so now they've finished their little chat. He has a quest. Find perfect gift. So you come up, tell me you have the gift. You have to do them once in a row, and you have to do like a different interaction for all three, and then you get your quest, and then there you go. So now we can go to Ashford Abbey, because we were supposed to turn in the poison stinger to Brother Menlo so he can study it. Oops. So we go to the poison devourer. A little cloud comes up over here, says to talk to Brother Menlo, so we're going to talk to Brother Menlo. Now we have Worm Problem and Wayward Wizard. So we'll do those. Adventure with an Ally is the Resurrection Signet one that we're just not going to do. It's only 100 XP, and we can just get Res Signet later. So we're going to come. Worm Problem. Pitney wants a Devourer Egg so he can lure out the Worm Queen for all those worms over there destroying his crops. So we have him a Devourer Egg. We only needed one Poison Stinger, so I'm going to get rid of that one. Alright, and we gotta follow him, but he's slow. So we're just gonna beat him. If you don't know where you're going, there's a little arrow telling you where you're going. Or you can follow him. If you get there before him, you just have to wait on him. And then I'm level 5, and I'm almost level 6. All I've done is quest. I have done no grinding. So it's a good way to get a couple skills, get some experience. We still have one more ranger trainer to get. And like 2 or 3 more quests, and then we're done with Pre. Alright, so let's have our amp kill these worms. They're all level 0, so they die pretty easy. I actually want this wolf dead. Here comes Pitney's slow behind. And there's the queen. And she's dead. And I leveled up. So we'll put some more in domination. We don't have any more for fast casting. Fast casting is good, but you want more damage first, so we'll just do fast casting later. Alright, he has another quest for you. He's got a prize-winning Moa bird. And it died. Oh, he doesn't know what happened to it. So we're going to go see what happened to it. I guess we'll do that right now. I think there's another quest down that way. We'll do that one later, because there's another quest down there that we'll do at the same time. So we have, that's all we have. Wayward Wizard is near our other trainer. So what we're going to do is we're going to go do a quest with the best NPC in this game, Prince Rick, the Giga Chad, the leader of men, the savior of Ascalon, Prince Rick himself. So he has two quests for you. This is the one that I was talking about that's over there by the Moa bird. This one you get to do with him. Some char have been spotted this side of the wall. So let's go find out what's going on. We're going to go investigate. And while we're over there, we can go ahead and go to the other side of the wall. And I can show off, the north side. There's a quest over there. There's some level 5 monsters and some char. It's the strongest area in the game. Char is level 8. And the higher level you get, the better off you are, because the char stay level 8. And you can kill them basically effortlessly. So we've got Prince Rick. Look at him. And he's got a monk and a guard with him. So we've got a whole party here with us. So we're going to chase him off into the distance. You can grind this quest over and over again just to get experience. And you can do this all the way to level 10 in like 4 hours. It's slow, but you don't have to do any work. Prince Rick will kill them all for you and you'll get experience. All you do is you just follow him, let him kill the char. You'd map back to Ascalon and abandon the quest, and then just go talk to him again and get it again. And then you just do it over and over and over and over and over. It's maybe not be the quickest or the most fun way, but it only takes like 4 or 5 hours to get to level 10. You can get your Vanguard quest after that. So there's some char here. So he does a level 6, and I got 80 XP per kill. So you would just come and let him kill him. Over and over again. We're not going to do that, though. We're just going to get our reward and move on with our lives. The guy who gives you this quest moved because the char were there. So he's over here. We don't actually need him. So we're just going to... because I already got the quest from him. But it's easy to do this when he's down there, because you can click on his name to get perfect pathing. So if you click on this and then run the closest path you can get, you can make it to the door before it closes. So that's what we're going to do. And he's usually posted right here. So you can just click on his name and it'll path you right to it. And sometimes the door will slam on you, but as long as you're past it, you can get through. Now we're in the Northlands. This is a fun way. Once you learn how to char farm and stay safe, you can come here and grind to like level 12 or 13 and get drops at the same time. So this is the better way to farm levels, in my opinion. But it's also like the less safe way, because you can die. You have to like learn how to do it. The char are very strong. But it's fun. That's why we're here, to have a good time. So we want to go... Is that where we want to go? Am I going the wrong way? I'm going the wrong way. So we want to do across the wall. Nope, I was going the right way. Wait. Mute. Am I recording? I am recording. Okay. It's a pretty shitty time to think if I'm recording or not. Yep, I am recording. Good. Alright, so here's some char. They're level 8, and they will absolutely fuck my whole day up. So, Ben Wolfson is pretty tanky, so if you want to get Ben, you can fight them and, maybe survive. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run back and keep my little butt safe and turn in this quest. And look how pretty this stuff looks. This game came out in 2003, 2005? I don't remember. But these graphics look fantastic. So peaceful. This guy got lost from his party and was captured by some char, so we had to go rescue him, so we'll just rescue him. And you don't even have to exit. If you wanted to, go kill some char. But I'm not strong enough to kill any char, so we're not going to do that. Let me get our reward and move on with our life. So now we can go do those 2 quests in the catacombs, and then we can do our last 2 quests, and then that'll be our last 3 quests, and that'll be all the quests available for us to do in pre. See, I almost messed up. You have to talk to her first. That's why I checked. We're trying to find this necromancer. He's the 3rd necromancer trainer, and he's really far into the catacombs. That's where we're going. And she wants us to go. You can go this way and find him and fight a bunch of gargoyles, but we're going to go this way because we have another quest to do at the same time. So we'll change this to Moabert. It's kind of on the way. And then get our imp. Then we'll go the same way we went with Necromancer Immune for our Necromancer quest. But instead of going that way, we're going to go that way. And there's spiders, and they're the worst enemy because they just drop down and they're annoying as shit. Any pop-up enemy in this game, I don't like them. They're just the most annoying. It's these guys, devourers, and just different kind of like scarab beetles. Alright, so for Oberon, the char hunting quest we're doing, you just go right up here and right down there, and there he is. But for this, for the Moa bird, we're gonna go down this little secret pathway right here. These guys are level 3. All of these little groups are level 3. So you can come, farm over here if you want. Actually, I think the corpses are 1 and the cadavers are 3, yeah. And you can press tab to change enemies. C will be your closest enemy. Okay. And look, we have the corpse of the prize Moa bird. It's dead. But you have to get close enough to it for your quest to update. And when you get down here, there will be more. It looks like a ritual. And like there's those crypt fiends you had to kill. There's a couple of them actually, I think. Yeah. So these guys are what killed it. Somebody, that probably the same necromancer that made the first one, made these. And used his Moa bird as a sacrifice. So now we can change this back to Char in the Catacombs. And we'll just finish. We can fight these cadavers and get to him the long way, but we don't want to fight the cadavers. We're just going to move on with our life here. So you can see on my mini map that the cloud is right there. So it's just right around the corner from where we took our little detour. apologize for the background noise. My family can sit right next to each other, and when they talk to each other, they yell at each other. They're not angry. They just have to talk loud. So, sorry in advance. That will be a common theme in these videos. Okay, we got that. We don't want to die, so we're just going to run. Where do we go? Got to go talk to Prince Rook, so we're just going to go back to town. So Prince Rook's up here. And wait till you see his name. Click on him, and then you auto path to him. Hands free. Look. Oh look. You guys can't see the chat, but somebody wants someone to help them with the adventure with an ally. So we'll go ahead and do that. And we can get that done. So you go to your party thing here, you add him. Gold and steel. He just needs to join the party. Alright, let me just go out of town. And then you get Red Signet, which you can equip later. And then we'll just leave this group. Alright, now that we're back in here, let's see what we have. We have Moa Bird, we gotta go talk to Pitney. Wayward Wizard, which is in Foible's Fair, over here in Wizard's Folly. And our final trainer is also over here. I think he's like down here. So we're gonna go do that. And then we're going to get the hell out of Dodge. So the first thing you have to do for the Wayward Wizard is talk to his family, I guess. He's not here. He's out in the wilderness. And we just gotta go find him. And if you notice my inventory is full, we'll merchant real quick. So I don't need these belts anymore because I got my bag. So we're just gonna sell them. Get our money. That buckler with 29 HP was actually a pretty legit find. But we're not going to use it, so we'll just get rid of it. So I'm going to pop my imp out in a minute because there's lots of bears on the way to him, but I don't want to fight these level 1s, so I'm just going to let my imp chill. So we'll be pretty close to level 7 by the time we're done, so it's not too bad. So we got a bear, phantasm, cast, empathy, kill himself. My imp did not spawn. There's my imp. Phantasm, remove. Here, it'll keep dropping bear pelts, whether you have the quest not, quest completed, doesn't matter. So, you can't sell them. They're not worth picking up. Forehead man! What's going on, buddy? Having pancakes? That sounds like a good time. Guild Wars is on sale, the complete edition, for $10 on the ArenaNet site. So if you wanted to get an alt to have 8 character slots for storage and 4 extra stash pages, now is the time to do it. So I'm doing this 0 to GWAMM walkthrough. I'll be having several episodes on my YouTube explaining every mission, every quest that I do, the lore, kind of just be monologuing a lot. How I'm doing stuff, where stuff is. For new players who want to check out the game and want a neat little playthrough. Alright, so that quest is done. All I have to do is go talk to that girl in Ascalon City. But now I need to go talk to Pit, I need to turn that one in. But I need to go find my last trainer. So we're going to go looking for him now. Yes, $9.99 for the Trilogy, Game of the Year, and Eye of the North. It's a phenomenal deal. And it's through ArenaNet, so you don't have to make a whole new Steam to do it. You can just go on there, buy the CD key, and make a new account. You have to have a new email for the account, but... got a new microphone. Supposedly supposed to pick up noise from like one direction instead of all directions. It still gets the noise in the house. I feel like it's a little better than my old microphone. So we will see what goes on with that. Mommy Moxie, welcome to the tribe, girl. How are you? Finally. Well, good. I'm glad you found me. We're in the midst of a YouTube series, taking a new character from creation all the way to the max title in the game. There's lots of titles you can work on, and if you max out 30 of them, you get one, God walking amongst mere mortals, and that is what I'm working towards. And I'm doing it like a walkthrough, so I'm explaining everything I'm doing, where I'm going, so that a new player could come in and do it too. So I just killed a bandit, and I got a green dot. Now, I killed a lot of bandits. It's the first die I've seen. Farming bandits doesn't guarantee dies, but their drop table is so small. It's like worn belts, a couple weapons, and die. So if you wanted to farm black dye or any color dye in pre-searing, just farming bandits is the best way to go because their drop table is so small. Yeah, I'm recording right now. The first episode's already on YouTube. The second episode, I'm going to split my stream up into episodes. It's like I'm going to be streaming all day. But I don't want to post like a 7-hour long episode. So this episode will end once I get through pre, and then I'll start the next one for like how to get through the first mission and stuff like that. Episode 1 is already there if you want to check it out. It's pretty much just me getting started, explaining the mesmer, talking about pre-searing, explaining what I'm doing. And I'm not doing like Iron Man or anything like that. I'm going to get heroes. I'm on a new account, so I can't use mercenaries. So I'm not going to be using anything you pay for, like with money. So I won't be having any extra stash tabs. I won't be having any mercenaries. I'm going to use only the heroes available. So that way like a new player could come and do this. I am going to use my consumables and my gold from my main account because I don't feel like actually starting from fresh. But I won't be using the consumables till hard mode. And I'll explain how to farm them and stuff for people. They can buy them. And everything is doable without concepts. You can get all the way to GWAMM without using consumables. But I'm not trying to struggle. I'm trying to have a good time with you guys. So I will be using my consumables as I want to. I have a lot. So somebody's got to use them. And if anybody wants to play with me for any of these missions, feel free to join in. This is not a solo adventure. I'm just recording the adventure. So like I said, we are like way off the beaten path now. I was wrong. He's not here. He's down here. So he's very far away. If you didn't go just exploring, you'd probably never find him. I don't think a quest takes you to him. I could be wrong, but I am like 95% sure. If you look up like, where can I find more ranger trainers? You won't get Aiden. You might if you ask Ivor Trueshot, because he's the second trainer. If he offers you more trainers, he might give you the quest for Aiden. But I can't confirm because I'm already here and I'm not about to run back and find out. So here's Aiden. He's surrounded by the best enemy in the game, the spiders. of course. But he gives you Fire Arrow, which has like an AoE thing to it. It has like an explode on shot. It does a little bit of damage to adjacent enemies. So it's pretty good. We're not going to use it, but he is like the best ranger trainer. So you get Ignite Arrows, and you can shoot 2 arrows, which is honestly OP. Those 2 spells are like the 2 spells you use if you like did like a perma pre-ranger and was farming char. You use dual shot, Ignite Arrows, and point blank shot, which is like a half range arrow shot that does damage. And that's all you use, basically, as a ranger. You get a warrior skill to help you attack faster. So these spiders suck. They just keep dropping down. And you can run past them and they'll break aggro, but your imp will not leave them alone. And if you want your imp, you just have to fight the stuff that he fights. All summons act in that way. So once you get level 20 and you get access like other summoning stones, they don't change. They still just attack whatever gets in the way. They're not controllable like heroes and henchmen are. So the point of this was you get 1 aloe root. I got 100 of them. So, but you can't sell them, so there's no point in picking up extra ones. We're just going to get the stuff we can sell. All right. So that's done. We go talk to Sandra Elick. I think Orion is her brother. That's the wayward wizard. So we'll go talk to her, turn in her quest, get the reward. And there's one more quest. Oh, and a Mowbird. I forgot about him. So go see Pitney. Find out what happened to his bird. You still get on here and play, Forehead Man? I know I was absent for like a month. I was playing Diablo 2, and for some reason my Diablos were crashing when I tried to stream, so I wasn't streaming. And I was playing some Pokemon in the living room with my dad. So I had a couple weeks where I wasn't on here. Alright, and we leveled up. Nice. So we can't do any more domination right now. We need more points, so we're just going to pump some fast casting and some inspiration, and we'll move on. Now, there's one quest. You have to do Devona's first quest, I think, to unlock this. But Duke Barrington wants you to go anyway, he wants you to go deliver a warning message to the Duke. Or to he's Duke Barrington. But there's also Lord Darren here in Fort Rannoch, and he wants us to give him a message. So that's why I grabbed this outpost, was literally for this one quest. He's also the highest level NPC you'll see. He's level 7. I think Lieutenant Langmar might be 10. He's the one that gives you your quests once you hit level 10. But that's it. That's all the quests that Pre has to offer. So we've done our exploration of the world. And now we will go through to the rest of the game. And that'll be the end of this episode. He wants us to talk to Sir Titus. Tell Sir Titus we're ready to go. And he says, once you leave, there's no coming back, blah, blah, blah. It says you can leave with your party, but you cannot. There used to be a PvP skirmish to get you ready for like PvP in the rest of the game. But since the game is not quite as active as it used to be, there's no one to PvP against. So it skips that now, and you just go straight into the little mission. But it used to be a fun little PvP. Sometimes it'd be like 2 people versus 2 people with some henchmen. But there used to actually be like 4 versus 4, like PvP. It was a lot of fun. But now you just go to this mission with your henchmen. And you get a healer and a fighter, which are good. And then you get a mage, which is great, but he sucks. He's actually not very good. He casts Flare, and he casts Firestorm, but he waits to cast Firestorm until things are dead already. So we're actually going to swap him out. There's a Ranger henchman, and we're going to swap out to her. And because I have an imp, I don't need him for fire. So we had to wait and listen to them talk. Sir Titus didn't get to talk to us. He didn't get to watch our skirmish, but he's here, and Prince Rurik are talking about. Prince Rurik saw us do our PvP. So we didn't do PvP, but theoretically, they were watching us do our fake PvP match, and he likes what he saw, so he wants us to help him with this mission to find this char that they found near Ascalon City. Prince Rurik is Giga Chad. In normal mode, he's basically unkillable. He can be surrounded all he wants and he just will not die. In hard mode, he is killable. I've never seen him die, but the walkthroughs will tell you to be careful because he can die. One second, guys. Let me open up Steam here. Try to help somebody with something real fast. Minimize. Where the hell is Steam? There it is. All right. All right. So Prince Rurik usually runs off without you. Looks like he didn't, so that's good. And while this cutscene is playing, I will look this up for my friend. So Batlaw Doomtooth came across here and is a burden to us, so we have to take him out. Alright, now watch this monstrosity. Alright, so now we're here, 2 years later. We've been a part of the Vanguard, helping them do stuff. War Master Titus now wants us to come see him. So we're going to go see him. Look, Look, you remember how pretty this was 30 seconds ago? It's a freaking wasteland. They literally nuked the whole continent. Those bastards. We've been at war with them now for 2 years. If you don't pick stuff up during a mission, it'll give you an option to get them afterwards. So if you miss something, don't worry. And this is Ascalon. Remember how pretty it was? Yeah, that's gone now. So now that we're here, this is post-game. So this is like the game. That was Tutorial Island. We finished Tutorial Island. And we cannot ever go back. You have to make a new character to go back. But now, you get access to storage. And it's account-wide storage. So you talk to your Zoonlight agent. It costs 50 gold. I like to have material storage also. That's also 50 gold. So now you got your storage here. You get 4 tabs for free. And you can get up to 13, but they cost money on the ArenaNet site. And on the anniversary, which is in April, last week of April, first week of May, you can get your anniversary storage, which is another free tab. And then material storage, you can hold 250 of each material right there. And it's account wide. So if you leave, come back onto the character, it's there. So you can move things between characters really well. And all right, so that was the excitingness. That was the pre-series Tutorial Island. So this episode's going to end here, and the next episode will pick up right where we're going to leave off.